Yo, what up, YouTube? You ready to make your first video using Filmora X? All right, let's jump in. All right, so jumping in here, when you open up Filmora, this is what you're going to be greeted with here, sort of the opening screen. You can always turn this off with this little box down here if you don't like it. But once you come in here, you can adjust your project aspect ratio if you want. We'll leave it at 16:9 and then just click New Project. And then this is going to be your workspace once you get in here. So first thing you're going to want to do, make sure you're in the media tab and then just jump over to import, and you can go either specific files or entire folders. I'll go with the folder. And then it'll import all the stuff here for you. So you got your audio clips, you got some gameplay footage, an intro, outro, like and subscribe buttons, whatever, stupid green screen that I'm going to throw in here. So that's all the files that you're going to have. You can see over here they do have some sample colors, some sample videos if you want to use that sort of stuff. We're not going to be using that. So first thing you want to do, drag your clip, whatever clip you're going to start with, down to your timeline. So drop it in there. Yep, it'll ask you for this. You can always go back and change your I guess, what is it? What do they call it in here? Your frame rate and such. You can change that if you want to. We'll just leave it as it is for now. So I always advise, basically, if you have large clips that you're going to break down into smaller clips, work those, like I would say make your changes to those clips before you start cutting them up. That'll just save you time from having to go through and, cut up 8 or 9 different clips. So here's my stupid little green screen that I threw up for you guys real quick. You can see I'm working in a dilapidated environment here, but that's all right. So I'm just going to right click on this clip and we'll go and crop this to get it the right size that we want. So right click, go to crop and zoom. This is going to be the window that you get. You can either, edit this in the 16:9 ratio. I like to just come down to custom and then do it myself. Drag this bar over to get to where I want to see what it looks like. And then we'll just crop this a little bit here. Again, I'm just kind of making this video quick. I would spend a little more time making this look better if, this was a real video that we're trying to make. And then you can just resize it to make sure it fits the window that you're trying to edit it in. Then we'll come over here, we'll cut this opening part off, and you can either hit Control B to do that or just click the scissors, and you can drag the scissors to wherever you want if you don't want it up at the top. We'll just put it right there, click that, and now you have 2 separate clips. Click the one you don't want, hit the delete button, and it will delete, or you can right click and hit delete as well, ripple delete, all that stuff. So there's the green screen. So let's go ahead and Chroma Key this out. So you can just double click on that video clip and it'll open up more of like the clip specific corrections that you can make. So click on Chroma Key here and it'll open it up. It'll give you the option to select the color you want, or you can use this little eyedropper and just click on the color you want and it'll do it for you. And then these are your corrections for the Chroma Key, so you can make your green screen look a little bit better. So before we mess with that, let's go ahead and drop this little, actually, let's pull this up Actually, we're going to pull it up 1, 2, 3. That should be good. We'll go 3. So drag this little clip down here and run it out. We'll say to there. So now we got our little green screen in. Double click on that again. And now we can adjust basically the offset and the tolerance. See if we can make this look a little bit. Yeah. We'll say that's good. And you can change the edge thickness, feather. I'm not going to mess with that now. But you can click on the picture that we got behind it. Again, just resize it. So there you go. Now you got your little green screen footage. And we're just working our way through these clips. We'll come over here. So we'll just say this is going to be our opener sequence. And then we want, oh snap. So made a mistake there, just hit Control Z. You can bring it all right back. No harm, no foul. And let's cut this segment out that we don't want. Oop. Oh, and there's something I guess mention to you guys. So this little red bar here is your timeline scrubber. If you click off of that, you see it changes to the arrow, and then you can resize your timeline just by dragging if you want. Or you can use here the plus and the minus to resize your timeline. So we're just going to come over here, and we'll just get rid of, we'll say all of this. We don't want. We'll move this down, and then let's drag in our intro. Put that here. So you guys can see it does have like a little timeline snap feature. If you want to get rid of that, you can right click and here enable timeline snap. You can unclick that, and then that'll give you a little bit more freedom of movement if you need to make small corrections. And then just right click, enable it again, and there you go. It'll snap to where you need it. So boom, there we go. Now we got our initial clip. So we got our little intro, or our opener goes into the intro, which is going to then come back into us. So that looks good. So now let's get some of our gameplay footage here. So I just took the Division 2 and got 4K, 1440p, and 1080p footage. So again, if this was a game that you were playing or some benchmarking that you were doing, and again, this is why I think Filmora X is the best for, small YouTube channels, gamers, vloggers, stuff where you're just making videos that don't require terribly complex editing. A lot of this stuff is not going to be terribly complex. So, all right, we're in here now. So let's resize us here. And just so you guys can see this top green bar, the green and the red. The green is the rendered video. Red is the unrendered. So you can see as it's moving across, it does it on its own. You don't have to change any settings. It'll just render when you get the videos in here. So let's grab this. Double click on it. You got the little, I guess, outline here. So we're just going to grab the corner and resize our clip. So we can just be down in the corner, whatever, however big you want it. And then you can just grab this as well, drag it around wherever you want it. No big deal. We'll just leave it right there. And now let's start working on our other footage. So here we got the 4K footage. We'll just maybe resize this. We'll bring this down to about there. Let's grab the 1440p. We'll bring that over Again, I would not probably edit a gameplay video this way, but we're just trying to show you how, some of the tools that you can use to make your video. And then here's the 1080p clip. We'll just put that here. There you go. Let's make this one a little bit smaller. This one a little bit bigger. There you go. So there you go. Now we got all of our clips in here. And then we'll just start maybe editing these. We'll just cut out right here. So you can just drag and select all 3 of these videos, or you can click them one by one. We'll just select all 3 and cut them. And then we'll come down. And I want to have it when basically the elevator opens. So let's grab our 4K. Oh, don't do the timeline scrub or the timeline. So I'm just gonna kind of move down the timeline till it looks like where I want it to be. And then you can use the arrow keys as well to move slowly through here. Or you can expand out, the clip to get a little bit more fine. So we'll say like right there, cut that. Then let's look at this one. So I just decided to let this video render out here just so it would be a little bit quicker to move on the timeline, since I wound up dying like a chump. Just delete that out. Boom. And then let's just get to the end here. Yep, just deleting. Just delete. My mouse is finicky. Oh, actually, let's keep that. So Control Z to bring that back. And we'll just make this. We'll zoom it back out to full screen. Actually, you know what? We'll get rid of it, because that's not the way I would make a normal video. And then we will drag my little ending screen here and drag it out. So there's our clip. So that's basically all the video. And there's other ways to edit video. This is just me throwing this stuff on here. So now that we have our opener, we got our intro, then we got our video clips down here. With some cuts made, we can go ahead and throw in transitions. So we're just going to come back up to the top here, click on transitions, and you can see the included right here. And if you collapse that, they have film stock. So these are the downloadable ones. If you go to Wondershare's website, you can download those, or you can just click right here. This little download arrow will take you to their film stock download section. But I like the wind. That's why I favorited it. So we're just going to grab the transition we want and drag it down to the section we want it on. And there you go. And there you go. Now I'm just going to, We'll just drag and mute all of this so we don't have to listen to it. And you just select them all, right click, and you can hit mute, and you see it turns it gray where these ones are blue. So gray is muted. And now that we have our transitions in, we can just play this and see what those look like. And there you go. And if you aren't sure what a transition is going to look like, you can double click on it. And then it'll just give you a preview of what that looks like. Then you just come back to your clips and it'll just be done with. So there you go. So that's that. These are not muted, and that's irritating. So now we've got everything laid out. The only thing I want to do here now is maybe throw in some titles. So again, come back up to titles. And then this way you can maybe, lay out better what the people are seeing on your screen. So again, just like they did with the transitions, they have their included ones. And then you can also come down to the film stocks and download different titles. And most of these packs come with a title, a transition, some effects, and all that sort of stuff. So we're just going to grab a normal lower third, and we'll just drag that down here. I want it to be more like right there. And we're going to grab 3 of them because we got 3 video clips, so we're just going to stack them. And then you can just grab them, drag them to where you want. This little box here, you can just drag to wherever you need it. Just get it out of the way. And then they do have some little grid lines here, so you can kind of line your stuff up a little bit if you need to, if you care about that. We'll just put those there. Now that we have them, I like to double click on this, and it'll open up a box here for you to edit in. I like to click advanced, and this will open up, again, the advanced text edit. And inside here, so just start off, we'll just get rid of that and go 4K. And then we'll say average FPS. And then you can center, do that sort of stuff. They have the different fonts that you can use. But inside this advanced text edit is also where you can add in custom shapes and such. So if you wanted to add in a square, then you could do that. Just delete out the text and then come down here on the left side to where it has shape fill. Get rid of that. We'll go shape border, and we'll just make it green. Who cares? And then you can change the size. There you go. And then drag this down over that, and we can resize it. And I think this was, the average FPS on this was, it was 39. Why is it not doing that? There we go. That's what we wanted. So we'll say it was 39. Not great, but that's all right. So there we go. We got that in there. And what you can do as well is come in here to animations. If you want to change the way that your text is going to actually come in. So we'll leave it that way. And then we're just going to do the same thing for all of these. And you could copy and paste So I want to just click copy. I'll lock these ones, lock all of these just to make sure that it only is going into the one that I want it to go into. And then you could just paste it here, Control V, and then Control V as well. And then that way we can just delete out these old ones unless you want to, actually input these. But this way, you already have the box made. You already got some of your text. You just got to make a few changes. We'll just drag that box up there. And there are many other ways to do this that are not, this. A lot of ways to skin this cat, but I'm just trying to show you a way. So then we'll just click on advanced. We'll take that and make it 1080p. And I think this was like 110, we'll just say. And click OK. Then over here, is that this one? This one, yeah. Click advanced. This was 1440p. And I believe this was like 75. And then again, you can change the animations if you want, but we'll leave it as it is. And yep, we'll just leave it. Who knows? We'll say this long. Just clicking on these and dragging them out. You could also maybe stagger them a little bit so they populate at different times. See, this is where I'm maybe getting rid of that timeline snap. Will help. We'll just leave it like that. There you go. And now as you play through it, you'll see them sort of come up at different times. There you go. So the last thing now, well, not the last thing, but we will throw in some audio. So we've got some audio here. We'll just say whatever, Jane Fonda. So I'll throw the timeline snap in again to make sure that this is lined up perfectly. Boom. Then we can cut off what we don't need. Control B or that little piece. And now when you're messing with audio, you can grab this little line and move it up or down to change the decibels. We'll keep it a little bit lower because it can be loud. But then also these little sort of arrows or tick marks on the end here, you can grab these, drag them in to automatically fade your music if you want it faded, or you can double click on it and open up your audio panel here, and then you can just change the fade this way if you want. They do also offer ducking and denoising, but that's not too important on this clip. So there's that. And then the last thing we'll come over here and maybe add in, like I always do, my little going away message. So again, just resizing. And then we're going to grab some titles. We'll just go normal included ones, just a simple basic here. Drag that out. Then we'll grab another one, drop it on top, and drag it out. And then we will just give it a, say, thanks for watching. And drag this one down, drag this one up. And I like using Vampiro 1. But whatever, you can click on stencil or sure, that. Thanks for watching. And again, just resize as you need to. Really simple. Please like and subscribe. Boom. Again, we would change this to whatever we need it to be. Resize. There. And then I like to throw in my music. Where is it? Right here. And then we will just line that up. Drag it over. And cut it. Delete that. And then again, just adjust the audio a little bit. And then add a little fade. And a little fade out. There. So that's good. And then what else do we need to do on here? Oh, drop a like and subscribe button. So what's nice, you can come in here. Let's see if I have it downloaded. I don't believe I have it, but you can download from film stocks, like and subscribe, like, little packs. Maybe they're titles. Yeah, channel subscription packs. So you can just grab something like this that's already pre-made and then just drop it in here. And you don't really have to mess with this too much. Again, just double click on it. Open up the advanced, what I like to do. And then you can just come here, grab your channel name. So we'll just say Crash Wilcox Computers. Oh, I should have gotten rid of this. Boom. Grab this, and we'll just say like PC. There, you can drag that down, make it look better. I actually might make this a little bit smaller, so we'll just bring this in like that. Grab this one, bring it in. Sure, it looks fine. And then I will just shrink these edges in so it's not quite as long. And there's a lot of other openers and intros and transitions and stuff that you can download from film stocks if you want. And then now we can just, you know, maybe drag it over here so that now as you play through it, oh, and you can see, because these are all individual clips, you just gotta make sure you put them all in the right place. So you can do that. Also, if you wanted to, since I have one that I made somewhere else, you could just grab that and bring it down as well. And then do the same thing, open it up, crop and zoom it. Custom. And then I just resize it, get all that dead black space away. Super simple. And there's our next subscribe button. And then we're just going to resize that. And wherever, put it where you want it. There you go. Looks good. We'll put it right over me. Subscribe to me. And then that's that. That's basically, you know, making an entire video game sort of montage pretty simply, and didn't take a lot of time. Obviously took a little bit of extra time because I'm trying to walk through this while I'm doing it. But you could, of course, come in here, add some effects if you wanted to maybe put a glitch in, a little mosaic. We did also forget to add in one last transition. So we'll just say, we'll say a basic one, a little dissolve here to go to the final screen. And then that's that. We're gonna let this thing render out and then we'll export it. All right, so now that we got the full video rendered, everything's good to go. We're just gonna unmute these because we actually want to hear what they're saying. Oh, let me actually unlock them so we can do something with them. Let's unmute all this. Right click, mute. Actually, you know what? We do want this muted. Yeah, whatever, who cares? You can unmute it, unmute yourself, all that sort of stuff. But now that the video is done, we're going to export it. So we're just going to come up here to export. And again, you still have an opportunity here to change your project settings if you don't like the way you currently have it. So it's going to give you an option here to export it in all these different formats to different devices. So we'll come here to videos and we'll just put it there. And then we'll just go make a vid. And then here you go, your chance to change your settings. You can change the quality from good, better, or best. You want it 4K, 30 FPS, or if you want to just change it to 1080p, 60, all that, good to go. Again, this is going to YouTube, so do that. And then just hit export, and it's going to do its thing. It'll have this next window pop up, and then that'll start showing you. So let's pull up Task Manager to show you what it's actually utilizing here. To show you that it actually makes good use of what we have available to us. So I'm not going to let this just run the entire time, but you can see it's utilizing a decent amount of our equipment or components here that we got. So that's it. That's making a video basically from start to finish in Filmora X. Again, there's a lot more deep dive that you can get into this. It's got motion tracking now. I talked about the audio ducking. I mean, there's so many different little features in here, but as I mentioned in the best video editor app for YouTube video that I made, which I'll have linked, it's just simplicity in this. There's not a lot of complicated steps. I mean, everything isn't, it's not going to be the fastest way to video edit, but what you can do, the type of things that you can do inside of this program and the ease at which you can do it is, I think, what makes it such a home run. So that's that. We're going to wrap this video up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. And sorry, I just want to mention this is editing not on battery power. You can see the battery's pretty low, so that's why it's not running very fast right now. Typically, this will be up in the 4 gigahertz range, but it's on super battery saver mode right now, so don't let that fool you. That's not a Filmora 9 or Filmora 10 thing. That's a Razer Blade 15 on battery power save mode thing, so don't let that fool you. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.